So this ain't really necessarily a channeled message. I'm just kind of sitting at work wondering to myself, like, why the fuck ain't nobody tell me the amount of work it takes to be in a relationship? I don't think motherfuckers talk about it enough. I feel like I'm gonna be the first to say, and I'm probably not the first, but I'm gonna be totally transparent and say, I feel like Disney movies, black love movies, even some rom-coms, I feel like got me fucked up, because I'm the type, like, I have spent most of my 20s kind of just focused on myself, healing, purging, a whole just spiritual journey, a journey of self, getting to know myself. So I said, by the time I get into a real relationship, it'll be easier, right? It'll be easy, because I'll know myself, and I'll know what I like and what I don't like, and I'll know this and this and that. And so me, at being 29, being in my first real adult relationship, it's like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? The amount of grace, the amount of understanding, the constant communication, just making sure that you're not self-sabotaging. And I'm learning, because there are some things, I did all of this healing and getting to know myself, but it's just some shit that you cannot learn until you actually connected to somebody. And one thing that I'm learning that I just was not aware of is my commitment issues, because every little thing, it's a constant and conscious choice for me to not get the fuck on every time we disagree, or every time some shit is just not going my way, or every time we have to have a tough conversation. And I think that conditioning comes from, societal, I'm gonna just call it societal conditioning, because that's inclusive of all of the conditioning. But I feel like a lot of us, and mostly I know me for sure, have been conditioned to, if it's not this fairy tale butterflies, just oh my god type of feeling all the time, then the minute shit get hard, it's just like, oh, this must not be it, this is not for me, we must not be compatible. And it's like, no, this is where you sit down. It's like all of the things that I learned about myself really just gave me tools. I gained the tools through my journey of self, but it's like now I have to break out those tools in order to learn how to coexist with another person, and to coexist from a healthy space, a space where it's not based off of codependency, or fear or lack, a space where we come together but still remain individuals. I think the term is interdependent instead of codependent. Nobody told me I would have to constantly be putting my ego to the side, constantly setting boundaries, and which is new for me, coming from somebody who was codependent, coming from somebody who would just give without receiving, would give without boundaries. So setting boundaries is new for me, because it always came with the fear beforehand, before my journey and even during my journey. But it always came with the fear that if I set these boundaries, then a motherfucker won't love me no more. You know, I didn't know what unconditional love was. And not to mention, a lot of us where I come from, we didn't have any examples of what a healthy, flourishing relationship looked like growing up. So the only standards that I had was what I had created in my mind, which was based off of media, songs, movies, and I'm a big Disney fan, so I'm gonna say Disney for sure. But even a lot of, like I said, the 90s movies and shit like that. But it's just the effort. Like, I just was not aware of the effort and having to constantly put yourself out there, like the level of vulnerability, communicating, and listening to understand, not listening to respond. You know, like, nobody told me. It's worth it. It is worth it. But it's just like, damn, couldn't nobody give me a heads up? Shit.